If I get up and move my computer.
Hey,
That's all.
everybody. How are you? Welcome to Impossible Live. We're thanking Eny and you for your incredible patience. If you're joining us on LinkedIn, on Meta, give us a shout out. Let us know where you're joining us from. And as you will see, I finally had a chance to do the outdoor video. I've got roses to my left. We have Eny with you in front of us, and we are delighted to be with you. What you're going to laugh at today, Eny, is Eny, the last time I went live, I was in a rest stop.
Really?
Today, I'm in the driveway of my wonderful family's home and my amazing family. You are amazing.
You're far too kind. I mean, the rest stop must have been busy
They're
place,
they're
right?
gonna they're gonna relocate me. They're gonna relocate me shortly to plug in my power. You're hearing
Okay.
family in the background, which is hey, as you're with your family, as you're on the road. Eny is here with smiles across the miles. I'm possible lifestyle. I kind of skipped out intending to with the name of the title of our session. So we want to thank Eny. Today is Songs in the Key of Life, an amazing album by Stevie Wonder with 21 songs that I will not make Eny pick a title or sing as if we're in karaoke. My
Yeah.
amazing family,
Are you gonna play the song? Are you gonna play the song of the album?
we can't play the song because YouTube will not allow
Okay.
us. We'll get a
Hmm.
copy, we'll get a little copyright thing. And amazing Carla
Yeah.
has helped me learn that. So as I thank my family and I thank Eny, and this is a virtual toast, I am gonna to my family, to Eny.
There's
Introduce
one
yourself.
more.
Tell the world. That's right. We're toasting.
Yeah.
Tell the world about you
Hmm.
and let them know where they can find fabulous Eny. And we'll find out more about that later. But thanks for joining us today.
No, welcome everyone. Let's say, drop us a comment saying we know you're here, but we don't know who's here. So say something. Say where you're joining us from. I'm sure Say if you want to ask a question, you feel free. So I am Eny, and my company is Global.Media. The reason the dot means I separate myself from the real Global Media because they're a huge company. I'm not one of those, right? I'm the small company that wants to make small people famous and wealthy. That's pretty much what I do. Lisa, I see you, Dr. Lisa, the genius. Lisa's my best friend on LinkedIn. Probably my best friend online for so glad you're here. Anyway, look. So my mission is to make people famous, make people to know who my friends are. Know their talents, know their genius, and also know why they can trust them and want to get to know them and do business with them. That's what I dream of, making my clients rich, right? That's what they pay me for. So every day, and I guess I tend to aim for what I call the brand identity and authority as number one. Of course, visibility, so people actually get to see who my friends are. And then I want to help you to sell. So my moniker is simply sell more. So that's what I try and do. There's many ways I do that. So I do the boring things a marketing company does. So I do social media posts, dreadful stuff. I do website design, which I don't do myself. I've got techies do that for me. See, my real passion, Mel, comes down to two things. Number one is events like this, right? So I love to help people to host events, so help them to organize their events, fill their events, co-host their events if they want me to speak. Otherwise, I stay in the background just pressing buttons. Then my second thing is writing and publishing people's books, right? So I help people to write their books. I don't do that myself. I've got writing coaches and writers who do their parts for me. But I've got the whole team that it takes to get your book written and published. I want to actually do the layouts of the book and publish a book. That's my joy, right? And my other joy, of course, is linking your book to events. So you write your book, publish your book, and then we do events so that people get to know you exist and your book exists too. And they get to love you. And then on launch day, they buy your book. all of that helps us to make you an international best-selling author. I'm touch wood, Mel, touch wood. My head is wooden, yes. I'm still lucky that I got 100% success rate with making my authors bestsellers. I'm looking at you, Laverne. Laverne is one of the latest ones. No, I think second to last one we worked with. So Laverne got a good 10 best-selling categories on Amazon. So Laverne now international best-selling author. Actually running with her book. Her book being Late to the Game of Winning. We're just waiting for the audiobook of that to come out soon, which will publish. Amazon's taking this good. Now, Audible's taking this a good time to publish that book. And Paulette here as well, another one of my amazing authors. 3 books. I think I've probably got nearly 30 bestsellers through her books that we've managed to achieve. Well done, Paulette. Said Dr. Lisa has 3, which is an international bestseller. Well, it's a best-selling co-author. That's what they call it, right? Which is an anthology. But that's my joy, Mel. I live a life of Eny's happiness, Eny's joy. I like to be happy. Left to it, I'll be as happy as can be, right? But you know how people like to spoil your day? People like to get involved in my day, right? I'm like, no, go away. I'm not interested. I live in my joy. Don't like it, go away. Come back again another day. Don't come back at all. So I love life. I can say I love being here with you, Mel, but I fear. See, I'm so chilled that I think one day I'm going to get exposed for who I really am, which is that person who is just so laid back. I don't take anything too seriously. That's why I said I'm nervous about being in your show, Mel. You might ask me a question. I'm like, I didn't work out as an album we're talking about. I might have listened to it. I might have listened to it. Song is the key of life. I agree, and here I am.
Songs in the Key of Life was the first double album that I bought using my babysitting money. Wow. So how about that back in the day? And that's why it's so much fun to be here. I was going to be on the back of Mom's deck, and I'll have to jokingly say I'm in a much better spot now because I'm not in Mom's way. Mom and I are going to play Mahjong later. So Mom is watching Mahjong. We beat her at Mahjong last night. Sean Michael, warm welcome. And Laverne, thanks for joining us. Paulette. And Paulette said, Eny, that she thought she was your best friend. So you
Paulette knows better. She knows me and Lisa are kind of, we are, it's Lisa. That's all I can say, right? Paulette, of course I love you, but you know that too, right? It's Paulette, it's Lisa, then everyone else. But Paulette comes above everyone else. Don't all start saying I thought I was no. I love all of you, right? Now Paulette and Lisa are the special ones because they just are. Now Mel ranks up there as well now. So Mel would be one of my new friends. So
we are definitely new friends, and I have to thank Merrill Cass for inviting me to one of your events way back when. So as Lisa would laugh, I was probably one of your and Lisa's lurkers. You had no idea that I was there because
why? Because someone told me this the other day, Mel. They said, I've been watching you since 2019. I'm like, why?
So you want the short story?
Yeah, please.
Be Visible with Mel is underneath my name in the frame on the screen. And that's to remind, when you say lessons we learned from COVID-19, my lesson was, Be Visible with Mel was the way to let Mel out to play. It was the reminder of the introvert, right? Who some would say had a strong voice. Some would say, they thought I was really comfortable in my skin. And you would say lessons we learned from COVID-19. Be Visible with Mel emerged to remind Mel, the introvert, to come out and play after BLM popped up, as a good friend called it. So a friend asked me, said, oh, Mel, BLM, this just popped up on the news. And I said, May have popped up on the news, but this is a language many of us have been speaking all of our life. So be visible with Mel will always remain in one way, as I'm about to rebrand to Be Visible Solutions finally. It's long overdue. But Be Visible with Mel, as Eny would say, lessons truly learned from COVID 19, lessons truly learned from the pandemic, from moving from attending 4 live events a week to receiving a call from my brother. I'm glad you saw mom and dad yesterday. I said, yeah, I have to go back and see him again. He says, no, we're about to switch. So my brother stepped in as full-time caregiver, an amazing man. And it's the reminder. And Eny would say, Mel, you should have put this in chat like 2 years ago.
Yes.
I
Just
should
say
have I
hi.
should have
Just say
included
hi.
it in my conversation with
Just,
Lisa, but
just,
it's not
just,
about
say,
me today.
just
It's
say
about
hi.
you guys.
Just say hi. Hi, Eny. I'm here.
Hi, Eny and friends.
It's all right. It's fine.
I
It's
am
fine.
here today.
It's
Outdoors.
fine. Yeah.
Outdoors. Outdoors.
So, are you plugged in now? Have you found electric?
Oh, they so have us electric. And my sister from another mother is here. She will tell you, you ever want to know the story of Mel before COVID 19? This is the wonderful woman of my sister from another mother. She is the coach who will help tell the story. And sister from another mother, I'm waiting for our pre-recorded so we can go on Possible Live. But for those of you who are here, who are used to Eny's amazing vibe, and thank you to Sean Michael and amazing Amalia, who I had a
Yeah.
chance to
Yeah.
hang out. Yep, you got lots of your peeps in the house. So your profile on LinkedIn says you are Amalia is the audio
Yeah.
events queen, and I'm very thankful to her for not only for her beautiful, amazing support from the second we met, but for her stellar audio leadership club. Your profile says you are the LinkedIn events. It's your jam. And I appreciate you sharing your why. Tell us some more about that.
It's in like again. There's always long stories, right? I try and keep it short. I think I've been on social media for years now, since probably 2012, 20 no, on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, properly, it's very since 2015 when I started my business. Like everyone else, Mo, you think if I post good stuff, they would love me, they would like my stuff, and they'll come and buy, right? And then tumbleweed for years. Just tumbleweed. You post, no one cares. You do whatever you do, no one cares, right? Only when events came in that suddenly my life online changed, literally changed. If you look at my YouTube stories, the same thing. YouTube was tumbleweeds. No one cared. No one responded. No, people were watching the videos, but not enough people to make it worth my while. So that was the case with LinkedIn. When COVID came, I was thinking, LinkedIn is becoming a pain. Don't get me wrong, I was making good money from LinkedIn because I took a different strategy. I took to what we call pitch slapping. If that's probably what you want to call it, right? But it wasn't really pitch slapping. It was connect and pitch. That's a different conversation. So it's connect and then tell you what we do. Me and my clients, in other words, and then ask if you're interested. So I think that's legitimate. But again, that doesn't get you known. It gets you known to only the people that you're connected with. Even though I was connecting on an industrial scale, people didn't know who I was. They didn't know whether to trust me. But guess what, Mel? LinkedIn said, we don't like you doing this connect and pitch thing. Only connect with people that you know. I'm like, LinkedIn, are you gone mad? Like, no, it's our policy. I'm like, what the hell? Nearly 1 billion people on your platform. I can't connect with anyone I don't know. They're like, no, you can't. I only talk to those you know in real life. I'm like, Mm, you've ruined my business. Like one day I woke up, I think 1st of May, 2022, I think. I woke up and all my LinkedIn accounts were blocked. My LinkedIn profile was blocked, and then my clients' profiles were blocked too. I was horrified. My business was ruined overnight. So literally, I was on my way off LinkedIn. I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna go and do more emails, more ads, and do other stuff. If LinkedIn doesn't want me, I'll find a home somewhere else. Yeah, I tried email, but it took so long to make email lists because you can find anyone's email. Yeah, you can find any business email. There's tools for that, right? So I knew how to find people the same way I could find them on LinkedIn. But it took so long to find email addresses, and just as I was about to leave LinkedIn, literally now I was going to leave on the new year and say bye. I said. Then I looked and I saw something called LinkedIn Audio was coming. They were testing it in beta. Like, interesting. Because I've been to Clubhouse. I knew what audio was, just about. And then some people on audio inspired me. There's literally some people I looked at, I was like, wow, it could be magical. But I never spoke in Clubhouse. But I somehow knew that I could find a place on LinkedIn Audio. I waited patiently. 6 months later, by the summer, I had my this as soon as audio care, as soon as they made audio live for everyone. I was one of the first shows on audio. And since that day, Mel, I've been doing audio events ever since. Literally, 3, 4, 5 a day. I say when you see Lisa, you see Paulette, you see Laverne, everyone who's anyone, I'll do an audio event with. Of course. I'm only haven't done an event with yet. I say yet because I have to find that confidence because she's smart, right? Everyone's smart compared to me. I get rather nervous when I'm not in control of the event. So, I wait. But the long and short of it, I've done more events than anyone else you can think of. And then when audio changed the video, again, I could have cried like everyone like that. Many people were crying. They were devastated. But I could see how we could make the leap from audio to video because now suddenly we had a way to get people to know who my friends really are. You can actually see them, not just hear them. It's a faster route to get people to know, like, and trust my friends. And I'm always happy to take the fastest route to achieve that goal. So social media has changed now, and now it's all about being visible, as your name says, right? And when you're visible, anything's possible. Especially if you really care about people and you really want to help people. That's what drives me every day. That's why I'm where I am today, right? Okay, hopefully I haven't bored all of you today. That's
you are definitely not. You're inspiring those of us. So I was late to the LinkedIn audio party. I was early to the LinkedIn video party, thanks to exquisite Eve Voyeveda, who everyone will see in the alt text. And Eve had a visibility gym in a company called Brand Your Dream. And Eve hello, Zara, welcome and thank you for joining us. That Eve and Jonathan Howard of Success on Social. They've both been amazing guests before. You'll see them in our playlists on YouTube. You'll see that they're in every description of every live I do. The two of them helped encourage Be Visible with Mel Out to Play. How did they do that? There's an old video somewhere on my Be Visible with Mel page where the two of them did a social audio audit, and they discovered Mel posted about everybody except for Mel. I only posted about Mel behind the scenes. Hi, Vanessa. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Eny has disappeared for a second.
No, I'm still right here.
I'm teasing you because that's what Mel did. I have a video. It's on my Be Visible with Mel page, and the lights are off. I did it during one of Eve's visibility gym and during the pandemic, and that was the reminder. I started with the lights off. And
Really?
I started with the lights off.
What, you were shy?
I was so at the core I'm an introvert. Jonathan and others will say I'm a trained ambivert.
Mm.
My mother will say if you paid me by the word, she would be a zillionaire by now. I love to write, as I said to Eny. There's a book coming, but Laverne said it best, Eny.
What she said.
Thanks for sharing your journey, Eny. I almost said amen when you were done. And our good friend Amalia said, Eny is the LinkedIn audio is the godfather of audio, period. So I think it depends on our perspective. And you're the reminder today as we commit. And I also have to give a shout out to Amalia for her amazing Monday kickoff this morning, for really framing my day, and to Melissa Cohen, who just hosted a stellar gratitude event that I had the pleasure of meeting some new LinkedIn friends in. But boy, it's such a reminder. Songs in the key of life. We don't always feel like we can sing. We don't always feel the inside voice. I would sing as a child. After learning about Salem Light 100s for about 20 years, I no longer sing out loud. My family is grateful. My family is grateful.
That's what, you've answered my first question. Are you going to sing today? Is my going with my question? But
Oh,
the
I
answer is
definitely am not. Actually,
right.
Any, you were frightened by today's title, which
Yes.
it's one of the lessons we learned from COVID. It's don't just be you. Just show up where you are. Say hi to one of our new LinkedIn friends, our old LinkedIn friends, to your new fans today who will follow your YouTube channel, who will follow your journey, who will reach out to you about books or questions about audio. I'm in a unique position now. I am watching our our family Australian dog on the ground right now. I can see outdoors to the back of the trees. So I have to thank you for reminding me. I love signing up about opportunities and possibilities. And today was an opportunity and a possibility. And we're thanking Eny for that. Eny,
Uh,
some of these
uh,
amazing people who are joining us, who say hi, keep saying hi.
so William, that's William, another one of my author friends. William's got a conference in Ghana in September, and William. I'm dreaming already of being on your stage. Speaking to an audience of 2,500 people, and just sharing some of my journey with them. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So again, so going back to your point about fear, Mel. You call it being an introvert. See, there's a secret that maybe not. You have to know me well to understand that. Up until audio days, Mel, I didn't speak in public. I couldn't speak in public. I was so scared of getting it wrong. I got to be head of companies without speaking ever in public. I couldn't. I was just too nervous. So audio really brought me out of my shell. Now, sorry, world. I'm not going to stop talking. I'm just going to keep talking because, I guess it's a thing within us, right? I don't know how you see it, Mel. It's a thing that we can flip when we choose to. I speak for a reason. I speak because otherwise, the show would be boring. How did you go? How did you get over your introversion? Are you over it?
I'm never over it. It's underneath my skin. It's underneath the blue nails. It's
Mm,
underneath the hair. It's behind the glasses. It's In the beginning I had to learn that I required water, hydration,
mm,
liquid fuel. Otherwise, I needed a glass of water to recover my voice. You know, it's
Mm.
really funny too, but Eve and Jonathan, in the process of helping me discover my voice, helped me understand virtual toasts are a key to me speaking. If we have an opportunity to celebrate, this morning I was able to celebrate amazing Amalia and some incredible hospitality she showed me. And she shows it to everybody in Audio Leadership Club, everybody she meets. I was able to thank Shawn Michael for the same thing. Those are the type of people you encourage me by introducing me to writers to help me work on the book. That's a dream. But I think it's a choice, Annie. We have a choice of inside voice, outside voice, or silence. And in some cases, we just withdraw from places that are really uncomfortable.
Mm.
And Michelle's saying this. She's reminding us there's an importance to our voice. I mentioned a quote a couple of weeks ago on Roy Kowarski's disruptive business leadership. Your silence will not protect you. I have a cool picture of a beautiful turtle from Bora Bora, and I'm underneath that turtle skin. It's a decision of when we pop our head out, and I'm on a board for domestic violence, teen dating violence, human trafficking, fearless Hudson Valley. Kellyanne Costelaria, the amazing executive director, she's helped me find my voice. My amazing retired first responder who was on duty 9/11, you know, and always said, honey, there's a day I'm going to call you and you're going to have to come where I tell you to call me. And that's a day for you not to be creative. My mom, the teacher, I think as you would say, the voices. And these are, I think, part of what's behind Songs in the Key of Life. The invitation to live a fuller life on, hopefully, if not the terms we choose, if not if not with the people we choose. And you'll laugh because StreamYard and LinkedIn's integration, they're so far behind with the comments. This was one of Amalia's gems from ages ago. And it's the real reminder. And Amalia's newest gem is she agrees that audio really helps build confidence. I believe confidence is learned, confidence is acquired, confidence is shared. And the same way that trust is cultivated, that trust can be earned, that trust can be shared. And yep, Amalia's saying it right. We thank you. Being in safe places also spaces also helps. And you'll laugh, but Lachelle Atkins, Elephant Strategy, home on Clubhouse, helped me really find my voice. Jonathan of Success on Social had a room on Clubhouse, and they really helped find the voice. And I think of it as the choice of the voice. So whether the introvert comes out to play, whether I feel safe, whether I feel supported, today you heard family members' voices that will never appear on camera. Neither of them are on social media. It's their choice of how they operate. And you'll laugh for my human design friends. There are manifesting generators. They're like, oh, oh, she needs something. Whoop, I got it. Oh, I got you. And that part of, and Christy saying it about agreeing. And Christy, that was an amazing, amazing live that you did recently. Christy, I cannot wait to have a private conversation with you. I cannot wait to come and meet you in person. But Christy's voice, 2 weeks ago,
Yeah, no, look, no, I agree with you. No, I've seen Christy for the last, God knows, no, last 3 years maybe, right? Since audio rooms, but I've never heard her speak. So, if she does speak, which I know she does now because you told me she does. I want to meet her. I want to meet you, Christy. I want to know what you do. So anyway, that's me, right?
What Christy does is light up our world and universe, and we need to return the favor. Reach out
Yes.
to this beautiful, amazing woman, raise a glass to her as you hear her story,
Mm.
as you learn the journey of an amazing, amazing single mom. Yesterday we raised a glass or two to the men in our life. We also need to honor the single moms, the the fur dads. And Christy, I've been your words really stuck with me. They really stayed with me. It's about songs in the key of life, and Christy sang songs in the key of life 2 weeks ago. I really appreciate you and Jackie for that amazing live. We should definitely check out Christy's profile. And one thing too is Eny is sharing. Yep.
Let's do it, Christy. I'll DM you afterwards. Now let's do it. So there's that's just a little.
I'm closer. I'm gonna meet Christy first. I'm closer. I'm going back to Florida this summer. I'm gonna meet Christy first, and Christy, we will send Eny a picture. We will
Yes,
send Eny a picture.
post it. Like, make a video and post it. No, for sure. All right, make a video and post it.
Who says a video? If you're looking for short videos, you have to go check out my YouTube. For long, rich conversations like today with Eny, and I want to thank him because he really reminds us. And it's a reminder when I'm picking a song and a title. When our guests pick a song and a title, we always talk about the song. So, Eny, what does songs in the key of life mean to you now?
And all that you've told me, so I'm gonna have to listen to it properly, right? Oh no, where's Krista gone? No, 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 Mel, come back, Mel, don't leave me here by myself.
I haven't left you. I am here. I
Okay.
I turned off I put you on a spotlight so I could swat a fly for a second.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't like flies either. So
Actually, our guest saw me waving at a hummingbird once. Today, I won't wave at a fly. And my brother will remind me as the garage is open and the flies are going in the garage. He will remind me of this later.
my friends, they said, do go and like and subscribe to Mel's channel, please. Mel's YouTube and mine. Right now, if you're on my YouTube channel, please like, comment, and and play some videos. I don't say watch them, just play them, right? We all need to watch ours. We need more people subscribing. We need more engagement. So do help us out there for sure. So Mel, which song do I know from this songs in the key of life? It sounds like I might know some of the songs because
Okay, well, so Eny
okay,
name some songs, and I'll name a line that I remember from a song,
I'm not
and
that
maybe
good.
that will help you.
No, I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna look for what the songs are. I'll tell you which ones I do like.
Welcome back, Carol. Thank you so much for joining us, Carol. Carol is here. Wonderful energies in the house.
What's Village Get to Land sound like? Do you like that one?
That one is one of the most interesting songs. The songs that I remember most easily off that album is Sir Duke on that album.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, so Sir Duke, I remember because I got to hear my dad. I got to hear my dad sing it. My dad had an amazing voice, and I didn't know until we were celebrating his life that my father was the lead singer of a group. I knew he was
Really?
in the group. He never told me he was the lead singer. So Sir Duke reminds me of my dad, of toasting and honoring the masculine energy in our life that men bring, that strong women bring, that single moms bring.
See, that's where you go deep. I mean, isn't she lovely? I actually do know that song, and I quite like it. You know, see, this is where when you and Amelia were talking on her show, I was like, it might have been your show for all I know, right? You're talking music, so maybe it was this one. It was your show. I was thinking, how do they think so deeply about music? It's not that I don't think deep. I just don't. I don't. What's what I'm looking for?
I think it's the lens, like as Amalia says. So isn't she lovely?
Mm.
Stevie wrote in honor of his daughter, Aisha. So
Really?
these are the memories that are attached with the music. I remember this album, not only the chance to purchase it, but the opportunity that my parents let me play it on their stereo. It wasn't my stereo, so it was a chance to maybe have a different dialogue with our families,
Mm.
and a different lens.
You see, your knowledge of music is remarkable.
I'm surrounded by musicians. My pop was one. My retired first responder can name music for decades. The benefit of having much older siblings. Another one, and you'll laugh, because if you look back at a lot of the titles of our lives under our events, whether you're on YouTube or you're on LinkedIn or you're on Meta, they're all songs, and I put the link there. If you're on Meta, they're removing our videos. Come check them out on YouTube. Come check them out on YouTube. We can't keep pace with Meta. They only keep them now for 30 days, and
What's that?
we've been
Your
doing
video
this for
your
3 years.
video your event only stay for 30 days on Facebook?
Yes, they only save your live streams for 30 days on Meta.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where did they
Don't
go?
worry. The emails are in your spam somewhere. Don't worry. it's in your spam somewhere. Do
I
not
don't,
worry.
I don't read any of any. You get so much spam emails from people who are talking about your Facebook accounts. So I just learned to just ignore everything and everything. Your account's going to be closed down in tomorrow. I'm like, all right, whatever. It never gets closed down. So I don't think those sort of messages were real. Oh
So,
well. Oh,
any you will laugh. The car vehicle that you can see to my right will be leaving shortly. And
okay.
as people are laughing at our jokes about music, Any,
Hmm.
you have to come back. And we're gonna do songs in the key of life part two. Because
Okay.
Any's gonna come back and ask us some more songs. And we won't
Ha-
ask him we won't ask
ha-
him to sing. We won't ask him to sing, but when since you're hosting multiple audio and live streams every day,
mhm.
which ones should our guests look forward to
We can do it in
in the,
2 weeks
in the
time.
upcoming weeks?
So my diary works in 2 week cycles, right? So today is the start of a 2 week cycle. If you look at it that way. So next Monday is a different day. So let's make for let's events on next Monday, for example. So in 2 weeks' time, same time, I'll be free. If you
In
if you
two,
have if you have another guest, then I'll make time further down the line.
so you'll absolutely laugh. I did put up an event for next for the 30th, and I just put it up. But I'll make you a deal, Any. You're free in 2 weeks. Let's do this again.
Okay, that's all
Let's
right.
do let's do this again. Let's raise a glass.
Yeah, let's do that. You know, it's too early. Well, it's never too early to. No, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Oh wow, Carol saw Stevie. I've seen Carol. I don't remember seeing Stevie since the days of the Budweiser Superfest at the old. I don't even remember what they called the stadium, at the old Giant Stadium. I think it's now MetLife. Yep. And Laverne. Yep. If you're looking for audio rooms, Laverne, come hang out with us on
Yeah,
Clubhouse too,
you know,
and come hang out in
I'm
Amalia's
yeah,
Audio Leadership Club.
Amelia does audio still. If you're wondering how that works, essentially there's no cameras, right? So it is, that's what. But I had a vision of making video live stream same as audio. Those who don't want to do video, then by all means, turn your camera off. That's audio, right? But the benefits we have now is that we have recordings. Well, we used to have recordings. We have recordings on YouTube. But LinkedIn plays about with your recordings. The other day, I saw they're only saving half an hour, 30 minutes of our lives. I don't know if that was a test, but so after a couple of weeks, it's gone back to normal now, I think. So maybe if if you overrun your events like I do, like go to 3 hours and they're like, nah, I'm not doing it.
So, Any, I'm ecstatic that you're returning not only twice in 1 month to join us for Impossible Live. You'll be the second guest to do that. It hasn't been done since our first year, our very first season. So I'm honored you're going to join us, and I'm going to let my retired first responder get into this vehicle and drive at a slower speed limit than they did when we were on our way up here, because there's an HOA meeting.
Yeah,
If you're a Mentor and you're a neighbor, please show up tonight and vote, please.
As Paulette says, isn't Mel lovely? She really is, Paulette. She
Paulette,
really.
Paulette, I am, unless you are the person moving around cords, computers, trays, and Amalia, I love that. What's a song that is also a book? Actually, I can think of three. And Amalia, I'm going to answer that. That's a fabulous way to leave us. Thank you for joining Impossible Live. Warm welcome, my dear friend. Amalia is leaving us with some trivia. We are going to come up with some answers to that question in chat on LinkedIn, or we're going to come up with some answers to Amalia's great question when Eny visits us and joins us again.
I come back in 2 weeks' time.
Songs in the Key of Life Part 2 coming up.
Yay. Look, you enjoy your day. Thank you so much. I've had a good time. So I thought I was going to get interrogated with my song knowledge, which I don't have. But
no, don't worry. And I am honored and want to thank you for joining us. Thank you to all our guests. Safe travels as you're on the road and you're continuing with your days. And feel free to sing some wonderful songs that are inspiring you. And Eny, have a magnificent day filled with opportunities and possibilities. Stay safe, stay well, stay inspired, and stay in touch.
You stay awesome, as Christy says. Stay awesome. Mel is totally awesome, right? So we'll take it. Thanks, Mel. You take care.
Thank you too, everybody. Take care. Stay safe.
Bye, everyone. You have to press end sometime, Mel. Computer is not ending. We're going to stay forever. We're going to stay